Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the Merlin airbag systems available at RevZilla.com. So 2017 has been the year of airbags. We're seeing everybody get into this technology, and Merlin has got a new system in two different flavors. They've got an integrated airbag system, which you can barely see on the front of Pat's jacket over here. It's actually something you can add to a Merlin jacket like the Horizon, the Aurora, or the Columbia. And then you've got a universal system. Now, the universal system is going to be a backpack design, and this is the one that I'm holding in my right-hand side. Now, both systems come in around the $500 price point, and they will be utilized in two different ways. So if you're utilizing the system over an existing jacket that you have, that's where the universal system comes into play. It's a simple backpack design. The construction on this reminds me a lot of something like we'd see from Kriega with the way the harness system is set up. You do have a harness that's going to run across your sternum, as well as a waist strap on this. And this is something you would wear, make sure it's nice and snug, and then you're set to go. With the integrated system, it's going to get a little more complicated, and we're going to break into this in just a minute. So when you're taking a look at the airbag system, the biggest change that we're going to see from Merlin with their airbag is that this is not going to be an immobilization system like we've seen from Speedy or Helite. What this is a back protector style airbag that's going to inflate. It's going to protect the back of your head, it's going to protect your back, and then it's also going to protect your coccyx. So it's a little bit different than the systems that we've seen out there, but it is coming in at a lower price point. But there are going to be some differences here. So as we're taking a look at this, the main difference that we're going to see is that the airbag system is still going to be inflated with CO2. The CO2 cartridge will come pre-installed, but to replace that, you need to buy a specialty tool that's not included with it. Minor nitpick here is the fact that that tool isn't included with it. You have to spend $70 for a replacement cartridge and tool kit. After that, you can save that tool and just spend $60 on the replacement cartridge. But again, if you've done your math on this, those cartridges are much more expensive than the cartridges we're seeing from their competitors, from like Helite or Speedy, for example. Now, the main difference that you'll see from a price point standpoint is going to be if you're looking at the Helite vest. The Helite vest is around the $630 mark, so you're paying about an extra $130, and there's a little bit of difference in how that technology integrates. So what you'll notice is that you've got the Moto airbag tag here, and the idea here is you're supposed to put this on your key to remind yourself that this is going to be, you've got this attached, this airbag system is on here because it's going to inflate a little bit easier than what you'd get with the Helite. It's going to mount a little bit differently. So you would actually run a strap around the back seat, and then this connects to the strap itself, and it only requires about 33 pounds of pressure to inflate this bag, whereas where something like the Helite or the Speedy is running somewhere around 45 to 60 pounds of pressure. So there are some significant differences. It's really up to you to figure out what exactly you're looking for and what the compromise between protection as well as safety that you're willing to make. And then also the price is going to come into play a little bit as well. But let's take a look at the universal system, or the integrated system rather, because the integrated system with a jacket is the most affordable way for you to get into airbag technology. The Horizon jacket that Mr. McHugh is wearing comes in around the $350 price point. The airbag, around $500. So for around the $850 mark, it is going to be the most affordable combination for you to get into airbag technology. Now, yes, there's much more sophisticated systems out there from Dyna, say, or from Alpine Stars around $1,600, $1,700, $1,800. But this is going to be comparing more to something like the Helite jackets, where you can buy with an airbag integrated into it, and those will be around the $900 price point. So again, depending on what you're looking at, the technology is a little bit different, but there is a cost-saving measure. Mr. McHugh, go ahead and open up for me, because this is going to be a little bit different than what we're seeing with the backpack. So if we take a look on the inside of this, this is going to actually integrate into the Merlin jacket. So you only want to go with the integrated system if you are using this with a Merlin jacket. Everyone else, you'd be looking at the universal backpack option. Now what you're going to have here is you're going to have that strap that's going to run across your midsection, but the strap from the top is actually going to run down the inside of the jacket, and it's going to pull into this side, and then you're going to have another strap that's going to run into the jacket around your waist. And then once we have those in place, you're going to go ahead and fasten this down. Now getting this in and set up is a little bit tricky. It took us about 15 minutes to install, getting Pat wearing the jacket and then fine-tuning everything. So just keep that in mind. Give yourself a little bit of time to get this installed. And if you have somebody to help you kind of like ratchet it down while you're wearing it, it makes it a lot easier. Now once you have the airbag installed, it stays with the jacket. You simply unclip, and then the airbag will stay mounted to the jacket. So it's not that you have to reinstall this every time. So just keep that in mind. So you can go ahead and zip up for me. So now once he's done zipping up, we're going to spin him around. We're going to take a look at how this sets up in the back. And you'll notice that this actually integrates right in the jacket. So like I mentioned earlier, you don't have to remove this every single time. You're going to have a little bit of a Velcro strap up top, and then you're going to see that these straps actually come out from those inner pockets that we showed you on the inside. Same with the bottom here as well. This is all going to run into the jacket, and you're going to have Velcro adjusters, and you want this a nice, secure fit, because once that airbag goes off, it's going to be stuck against your back. And like I mentioned earlier, this is going to give you head protection as well as coccyx protection in addition to the back. What it's not going to do, it's not going to run air channels up to immobilize the head like we're seeing from Speedy or from Helite. So just keep that in mind. Now the other thing, like I talked about earlier, was that the mounting system for this is going to be to the back. Whereas with Helite and Speedy, we saw this mount to the front. So there's going to be a strap that comes with this, and you're going to run that strap. It's a mounting strap that goes around the actual seat of your motorcycle. You're then going to have this little clip. That's going to clip into place. And then in the event of an accident, the one thing that Merlin is saying is that if you, let's say, Bambi's mom is running out in front of you and you can't miss it and you hit Bambi's mom, you have about 150 milliseconds before you either impact with the ground or the deer or somebody else that you're out there with. So there's about 150 milliseconds before you hit something. This will inflate in 80 milliseconds. So you have about 70 milliseconds difference before you actually hit the ground or hit whatever object it is that you came in contact with. So that's the speed in which this will inflate. So just some data that Merlin's actually throwing out there that we're not necessarily seeing from other manufacturers. So to give you an idea of how quick this is going to happen, let's go ahead and actually show you. Mr. McHugh, go ahead and face sideways for me. So you get a great profile look of this. You, again, want to make sure it's nice and secure against your body. You have this tethered to the motorcycle itself. And because this is going to pop up and pop down, I'm just going to take a quick little step back here so it doesn't knock me in the face. And then once you hit, it goes. And again, you can see this is going to give you that protection where if your head slams back, you have almost a pillow here. And then same thing down around the seat. This is going to run the entire length down the back. Pat, go ahead and face straight backwards for me. So again, this is not going to give you that immobilization protection. It's simply an elongated airbag back protector style. And this will stay inflated for around 30 seconds before it begins to deflate. And you can actually hear it kind of hissing out the bottom right there. So you go ahead and face forward for me. How's it feel? Nice and secure on there? You feel like you're safe? So again, there's a lot of different technology coming out with airbags. And this is Merlin's take on it. It's up to you to decide which is going to be right for you and your style of riding. And if you want to hear more about what other riders have to say, now would be the time to click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are out there utilizing Merlin airbag systems on their rides. Or if you want to talk to one of our gear geeks and get a better understanding of which airbag is right for you and your motorcycle, give them a shout, 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Merlin airbag system, both the integrated and the universal. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.